Welcome back. This week we talk about Russian video games, the passing of Jimmy Carter, the acts of terror in New Orleans and Las Vegas, Tom Cruise receiving an award from the U.S. Navy, and in this week's Am I the Asshole, should you let a child-free person tell you how to parent your kid? We'd like to thank Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Colby Jordan, Chantel Stadler, Kevin Garahan, my father, Andres Valles the God, Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, Colton Zammersla, and Pantera Girl. And away we go.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
And he's the dirty stash man. Look at him. Got that deployment stash coming in.
Yeah, dude. It's nice, yeah.
Looks like it's a little over the corners of your mouth, though.
It's okay, look, it's the weekend, all right? I can go back in and trim it, all right? Chill out.
You know what I hope happens is anybody that you work with at your current squadron listens to this episode and is like, he's right. Hey, just gives you shit about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love that, actually. Yeah, so turns out we don't have any comments on the YouTube YouTube video for this. Got lost and we had a Y2K situation, and basically there was an explosion and there's a baby and I had to rescue it. So, you know, by the time you're listening to this, it'll probably be up, but you know, there's a space-time continuum technology transition. So may or may not have forgotten to do it, and he may or may not have not realized because he's from the future, first of all, so he probably knew I wasn't going to post it, but it's fine. Way to go. You just let me fail like that. So
It's the first time for everything. You know what I mean? Like normally one of us catch it, so
yeah, it's true. And it might not be on the exact day, but usually it's like a day or two, like, oh shit. Or you'll be like, hey, you gonna fucking do something with your life? And I'm like, oh. Yeah, I guess I probably should. Yeah. Anyway, so we had good news. We can start with there's a lot going on in the world. We were talking about video games before we started, and I want to continue that conversation with a article that should have just been titled "No Shit," because this is Russia has admitted that its homegrown consoles can't match the PS5 or Xbox Series. So another win for us. I didn't even know they had a console.
yeah, same.
That's why I said the title of the article should have just been "No Shit," because what the fuck, dude. Yeah, they have two systems, and one's not very good, and the other one is actually just a device that streams games from the cloud, so not even really a console.
Yeah.
Just kind of a computer. So, pretty cool. Yeah. They're still going to put them out despite their admitting that they're not that great, because I don't know if I would assume they are able to buy those things in Russia, but they were like, we got to have our own, we can do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, thought that was interesting. We're gonna leave Russia and we're gonna go just down the street to Austria. This is a update that I kind of wasn't expecting. It's not an update for our show, but in general,
Okay.
you listen to Time Suck, and some of our listeners do as well, might know the name Joseph Fritzl. If you don't, he is probably one of the worst people to have ever lived. Anyway, he's in prison and he has a potential release coming up. He's 89. And, they got him with some bullshit like, making incest babies with his kid in the basement for like 20-some years. So he's apparently allowed to leave prison somehow. And in his like statements being made about when he's getting released, he's talking about how he doesn't want to drive. He doesn't feel comfortable because it's been so long since he's driven.
Yeah.
Fair. He said he wants to live near a train or a train line with the train stop. And also he wants a basement. Which feels like this is like the one kind of person you should probably never give another basement to. But yeah. It's so crazy. But like, how on earth would you do like it's I feel like it's tone deaf. Tone deaf. It's I don't know. There's a lot of like really crazy comments that are made in this thing that he allegedly had said.
Oh man.
And they are all tone deaf. And I am bewildered by somebody who is, first of all, why is he still alive? Second of all, just he wants to live by a train, just push him in front of a train track. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anyway. So now we're going to talk about something less depressing. We have like 14 dead people to talk about. We're going to start with the most iconic, the most, just did the most for people, cared a lot about everybody. The notorious cat lady has died after 84. Jocelyn Wildenstein.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, did you ever see pictures of her in like the National Enquirer and stuff?
I'm sure I have, but I was not ready for that.
Yeah, it was kind of a jump scare. I apologize. Yeah, this woman has had so many plastic surgeries that her face is contorted in a way that appears like a cat, and just referred to as the cat woman on various publications and stuff. Like I mentioned, she was like the what do you call it, National Enquirer, those things.
That is crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I just seen a pic. Oh, went too far.
I don't understand people who do that to themselves. Like,
yeah,
because I mean, obviously she's not the only one. There are plenty of males and females that just do this too much.
This is what she used to look like.
That's what she used to look like, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You fucked yourself up.
That's got to be like major body dysmorphia, right? Like,
yeah. Well, insane. She also said that she never went under the knife.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Liar.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, completely day and night she's had to have had like the most intense amount of body dysmorphia in the world, because that's wild.
You know what's crazy, man? Like, isn't like the Hippocratic Oath, does that not extend to fucking plastic surgeons?
Yeah, I don't think so. It should. There are more and more plastic surgeons now who are like, I'm not going to do that to you. But I think during like the 70s and 80s, everybody's doing cocaine. So now Um, you know, they never said no to a job apparently. Yeah, and I feel like as a, you know, plastic surgeon, wouldn't you not want your name associated with something like that? Like, why would you want people to know that you helped do that?
Yeah.
Like, A, they're going to think you're a horrible person. And B, obviously you're not that good because it never got better. It just continued to get worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty awful. And for the person I faked out that we almost talked about, the longest living president, Jimmy Carter, died at 100. So just another way we're better than England, because the Queen was like, what, 96? Rookie numbers. Anyway, yeah. Jimmy Carter, the bean guy. You know, he was he worked on nuclear power plants in the Navy.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the only sitting president to visit Georgia, like while actually being the president, not like during a campaign run or whatever.
Oh, wasn't he from Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, pretty crazy. Also, you know, did so much for humanitarian things. He was working for Habitat for Humanity well into his 90s. Like, there's pictures of him like on a ladder, like fucking hammering shit in. Like, Jesus.
You know what's funny is they probably never let him get on a ladder, and they're like, you know what would be great for a photo op? All right, Jimmy, get up there. And they probably held him.
He just lights up.
He's
He's
like, all
like,
right, swing the hammer. Took a picture. Now get him down. Get him down.
no, I bet he was excited. He's like, oh, I gotta get on the ladder finally. He was like 5'4". He had to get on a ladder at some point. Yeah. So Jimmy Carter, R.I.P. His wife had died a couple years ago, or last year maybe. She was 96, so they got married in 1946.
Wow.
They're like, fucking world's at war. Let's get hitched, you know?
Yeah.
While we're young. And then they were married for fucking ever. So that's crazy. They're married longer than a lot of people had ever lived. Which is wild, but yeah, one of his big also things while he was president, he had brokered some hostage situations between Iran and then also had to deal with the Soviets invading Afghanistan. You know, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff. He also helped. But he did something with the 3 Mile Island thing. He didn't like go in there, but he was like, he went to there and was like, hey, this is what you guys need to do. I know. I used to work on these shits, you know. Fucking whipped his big old dick out and like, this is how you fucking do it. No. That would have been a Jumbo Johnson thing to do, but
Yeah.
yeah. Also, just fresh off the press, Aubrey Plaza's husband died today.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He was a writer and director. Did a couple, it says 6. He directed 6 movies. He directed Horse Girl with, what's her name? Alison Brie.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever watch that?
No.
It was pretty weird. I thought it was interesting. She's like, you know, kind of a sheltered, weird girl, and it's kind of like a very, I don't even know how to describe it, but I enjoyed it, and also get to see Allison Brie's tits in it. So there you go. I was not expecting that. Did not know it was going to happen, but it happened. And I was like, all right. Here's the description. Sarah, a socially isolated woman, told you, with a fondness for arts and crafts, horses, and supernatural crime shows, finds her increasingly lucid dreams trickling into her waking life.
Oh, wow.
So she just like wakes up in a random place, like wakes up at work. Like, wait a minute, how the fuck did I get here? And it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then he had directed Life After Beth with Aubrey Plaza's in that, and then that weird guy from Chronicle.
Okay.
And then played like the Green Goblin in Amazing Spider-Man, or not the Green Goblin, but the Hobgoblin.
Oh, like he played. He like voiced him, or
no, like in the Amazing Spider-Man with what's his name, Andrew Garfield.
Okay, yeah.
He played what's his face,
The
Harry
Hobgoblin.
Osborn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yep. I don't remember his name, but I can see his face. But
Anyway, yeah. So, regardless, they, I'm assuming met there, but then they got married, and yeah, he died, and it is reported that he killed himself. So, not great.
yeah, no, that sucks.
And I think this just kind of goes to show you could have it all. You could be married to Aubrey Plaza, and you could still be depressed, which is baffling to me, but it is.
Well,
Poor guy.
To bring the mood up, speaking of Andrew Garfield and random boobs,
Yeah, let's go. He got a boob job. All right.
there's a new movie out called We Live in Time, starring Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh.
Oh, yeah. It's my wife. Nice.
Back the fuck up.
First of all,
There's always room for her. Okay. Oh, and I'm just playing. No, it's a pretty good movie. It's fucking extremely sad.
it's fucking.
So I highly suggest watching it. It's actually pretty good. Like, I don't really care for Andrew Garfield too much, but he does a really
what's
good
it
job
called?
in this movie. And We Live in Time.
Live in Time. Oh yeah, sure
Yeah.
enough, there it is.
It kind of jumps back and forth in the time period of like their whole relationship.
Yeah.
And you just get to see Florence Pugh naked too, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, just because we're disgusting dudes.
That's right. Hey, you just every now and then you just need a win, and when you get to see Florence Pugh naked, that's a win. I recently watched Under the Banner of Heaven. It's a short run series from FX about these Mormons who go like off the deep end into fundamentalism.
Ooh.
And then they're like, we gotta start blood atoning people and marrying everybody. And Andrew Garfield is the one of the detectives in the case.
Okay.
And it's a real story and everything, so it's very good. But he's like a very devout Mormon in this show, and it's pretty interesting because isn't he British? He's British. Yeah. So just have like hearing him put on like a Salt Lake accent, is kind of interesting. Yeah, I've always, when I watch people who are British or from anywhere really, and they play American people, I'm like always listening, trying to hear it leak out somewhere. Some of them are way better than others, but yeah.
Do you know who's super good at speaking in like an American
Gary
accent?
Oldman.
Fucking Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You cannot. I did not know until like I seen like an interview with him, and I was like, is he doing like a thing? Like,
what's his next role? Must be interesting. Yeah. I actually forget that he's not American because he does do it very well. Gary Oldman is another one. He's also British.
what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fucking Gary Oldman. Did I ever tell you about the time I won a massage in C school because I met this girl that Gary Oldman was in? He plays the Commissioner Gordon in The Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises has just came out at that point.
Yeah.
We were watching it. I was like, it's crazy that that's the same guy from The Fifth Element. And this girl was like, what? I was like, yeah, he's the bad guy. Can't ever remember his name, but the one with the hair. And she's like, no, that's not him. And I'm like, no, it 100% is.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking the worst person to argue about shit like this with, because I have this knowledge. I promise you it's him. She's like, you want to bet? I was like, bet. Like, it is. Look it up. He's like, when we go, because we were on the cleaning crew before our classes actually started up. So during the day, like at lunchtime, we all just kind of came back to the main building and watched a movie.
Yeah.
Just fucking hung out, and then we would go start cleaning again. She's like, okay, well, I have to work. I'll go back to my room, get my phone. Bitch, you have your phone on you. Don't fucking lie to me. But she's like, okay. So afterwards, she's like, yeah, you were right. I'm like, yeah. Bet you feel real fucking dumb now, don't you? Like, what do you want? It's like, I don't know. This feels good to make you feel dumb. Like, that's kind of my whole thing. It's like how confident you were and how wrong you are. She's like, I give a mean massage. I said, okay.
Yeah.
So
it makes it better in the story that you weren't like, give me a massage. It makes
I wasn't.
Better.
Yeah. So like, how about you put on a scuba suit and
whenever she was like, well, what do you want? You were like, well, actually, I just ordered some, like a 5-gallon drum of lube from Amazon. So if you would like to, massage me, that'd be great.
Yeah. No, I was literally just like, I don't have an answer. Like I first of all, when that happens, I never have an answer. If people want to bet with me, I am the worst at like picking something because I'm like, what's my limit? Like, what are we actually betting? Are we just joking? What's happening?
Yeah.
So if they're serious, I'm like, I don't know. But
I think my go-to is just $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gonna bet? Yeah, $20, dude. Let's go.
Yeah. That's fair. But yeah. So anyway, that was my first female contact in C school. Pretty cool. Speaking of Navy stuff and kind of actors also, the Navy has given Tom Cruise its highest civilian award. So pretty cool. Fucker got a NAM before I did. No, what's it called? Okay, they're just not gonna tell me what the actual award's called. Cool, whatever. Oh, Distinguished Public Service Award. Okay. And I also wanted to share this because your boy's looking rough.
Damn,
his fucking age is finally catching up to him.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what years of doing your own stunts will do.
Yeah, it's crazy because he like didn't age for like 40 years, and then all of a sudden it just hit him. Yeah.
Well, he was
Asian.
there for a little bit. He was a part of Pizzagate, and he was using the blood of children to bathe in and stay young.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The adrenochrome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Obviously. Funny you should say that because somebody posted about this in the Time Suck Facebook group, and that was like everybody was making that joke. Fucking adrenochrome. It's running out, huh? There's one girl in there that was like, I think that's kind of fucked up that the military's giving him an award. Like, it's not like he's getting a fucking Medal of Honor, dude. It's a civilian award.
Yeah.
She's
and
like,
I mean, if at a base level, if you think about what his 2 movies about the Navy probably did for recruitment, especially for pilot recruitment, probably through the roof.
Yeah. Well, not even 2. There's fucking 4. Both Top Guns.
Yeah.
A Few Good Men.
Oh,
and
shit.
Born on the 4th of July.
I don't think I've seen Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah. But specifically Top Gun and A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
My mom told me that my uncle joined the Navy after they had watched Top Gun. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's very funny. Oh, I was gonna say that that girl also was like, well, I mean, is it like weird that he's getting it? I was like, I mean, yeah, I guess with the whole Scientology and weirdo stuff, it's it makes. I'm not happy that he's getting one, but I'm just saying it's not like offending me that they give those out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, Tom Cruise. Okay, so let's go with the other like big section of news this week. Fucking 2 different incidences of some sort of terror activities. One taking place in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Ahead of was it on I don't know what the main street is there, but it was I can't remember.
I think it was on
like,
Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Guy like just plowed through a crowd of people with a vehicle. Yeah. And it's also like ahead of the Sugar Bowl, so there's a fuck ton of people down there.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awful. And now I can't find where I put that article on my tabs. This is what happens when you have 4,000 tabs. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So, New Orleans guy, 42-year-old Army veteran from Texas. Great. Also, he's got a not American sounding name, so not great. He had a black ISIS flag attached to the truck. Yeah, so he was apparently inspired by ISIS and maybe radicalized, over the internet over the years.
Yeah.
The guy was 42, which is crazy. And I feel like, I don't know if I watched a specific documentary about it or it just was something I have retained in video watching over the years, but this is like not an uncommon thing because people will join the military for whatever reason, and sometimes, and it's why they try to like vet people as much as they can. People are doing it to learn something. I remember watching like I don't know, it was a documentary on gangs, and in like the 90s, there's a big uptick in gang members joining the military and then learning how to like handle guns properly and how to like do effective countermeasures and shit. And then coming back to the streets and teaching their friends and then like fucking sweeping buildings of like opposing gangs and shit. Like kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's not great. I can't remember if it was 14 or more. 15 people died and 30 injured. So
Yeah,
this fucking New Orleans literally can't just have anything nice ever. I feel like they just always got something shitty going on.
I think it's most of the country, honestly.
Well, yeah.
There's just too many people, man. There's like there's just too many people. So you're bound to have like when people say like, oh, though, 1% of people like are like mentally unstable, that's still 330,000 people.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. So
Like-
they're bound to do something at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the other one is apparently a former Green Beret who went through 2 tours in Afghanistan, who had either set off some sort of explosive or like tried to blow up a Cybertruck in front of the Trump hotel in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's like, some different things that I've come across that like are fake manifestos, but I haven't been able to like find if anything's legit or not. So no real way to because you would think that doing something in a Cybertruck in front of Trump Hotel, probably sending a signal about that.
Yeah.
But then, like, all of the things I'm seeing is like just an anger about the government in general. So it's like, okay, but this feels very specific, you know?
Yeah.
And what is interesting about it, so he lit the thing on fire, then killed himself inside the thing. My perspective, if you're gonna fucking do it, you might as well do it. Why are you gonna take yourself out? This is why I appreciate that monk that's on that Rage Against the Machines cover, because he just fucking sat there. This guy couldn't even handle it. You're gonna blow some shit up, but can't fucking stick to it. So, yeah.
If they were both like having mental problems, I think this should, and it probably won't, but it should shine some kind of light on how the mental health in the military is not as serious as they make it seem to be, because you have to jump through like I've talked about it a bunch, you have to jump through so many hoops to get someone who actually is like a licensed professional.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have all these services that are available to us, but you have to jump through so many hoops to get it done. You just get fatigued. You make an appointment to make an appointment to make an appointment. And at a certain point, you're just like, well, I'm not getting help. So.
Right. Well, and even like, if you can get help, it could potentially, derail your entire career, because it puts you on like a non-deployable list for certain things, or, it does different things that, that can affect certain things. And so it's like, even if you are able to finally get help, it could fuck you over too, which is dumb. Yeah. That's also kind of why I think it's hilarious that people make such a big deal about they're going to let the military's going to do all the transgender surgery. Like, yeah, okay. I couldn't even get like a new pair of glasses until it was like exactly a year,
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it's not gonna happen the way you think it's gonna. Yeah, so his guy didn't actually kill anybody, didn't injure anybody, just died and lit a Cybertruck on fire. I'll give him props for lighting it on fire. But yeah, they found his military ID kind of burnt up in the thing, and then also were able to use some of his tattoos to identify him further. So, yeah, pretty wild. And like I said, there's not really like a message or anything that I can go off of, because none of the fucking things I've found are like confirmed or not, so it's like, who knows?
Yeah.
I feel like there was one thing I wanted to talk about. Now I can't remember what it was. Yeah. No, I don't know where it went. So.
All right. Fine. That'll bring us to the best part of the show.
That's right.
Because this is probably going to take a minute.
Bring the mood up. Let's go.
If you made it this far, stop what you're doing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Head on over to our link tree, which is linktree/walkpod, WOKPOD. We appreciate you all for sticking with us for all this time.
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for snapping back at my brother's fiance for criticizing my parents?
Oh, this is gonna be a murky one. Let's go.
I, 35 female, have 3 children, 10 months, 10 male, 8 female, 5 male. Okay.
10 months.
Well, okay. I thought you were just going to list the
No,
ages.
I get it. I understand where the confusion went.
With my husband, 36 male. My younger brother, 29 male, is marrying Paya, quotations. That's definitely not her name.
Yeah.
And why that name? Why'd you pick that? That's such
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just pick like Megan or something. It probably is Megan. That's probably the problem. She's like, I got to think of something weird.
She looked around the room. There was papaya. She's like, Paya.
Did the fucking usual suspects. It's pie desk lamp. Yeah.
All right. Well, they're getting married in May. They've been dating for a few years. While we've never been close, we get along okay, although I've never loved how she often oversteps with my kids, i.e., giving them dessert before dinner, with my husband and I having said no. Joking about how stuff we are as parents. Okay. Consistently referring to herself as the cool aunt. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Something important to note is that she works in fashion, which her parents often judge, comparing her to her siblings who have jobs that are considered much more successful in our community. So she has a bit of a complex about it.
Fair.
Last night, we were all having dinner at my parents' place. The topic turned to my kids, school, extracurriculars. My oldest son plays soccer, piano, and does karate. Is this my kid? My daughter does classical dance, art classes, and swimming, and my youngest son does classical singing and basketball. They all have extra math classes once a week. Dude, what are they? These kids don't have a personal life.
Well, they're all over the place, and they're very well skilled all the way around.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on. But yeah, they don't have any free time. It's a good thing they have brothers and sisters. Jesus.
For context, I regretted my parents not putting me in any activities while I was younger and don't want my kids to feel the same. Fair. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
As someone who grew up not being able to do anything, that was like a big thing for me, is wanting to put Emmett in and letting him at least try as many things as he wanted to try to figure out what he had a passion for.
Absolutely.
Okay. My husband thinks it'll teach them time management and hopefully some of these hobbies stick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right now they enjoy everything, but this could change, boosting their college applications when the time comes. And obviously we expect them to excel in school. All three can do well in their classes without effort, but we don't want them to coast by and burn out like we did. So we are firm on them actually studying and doing homework, etc. All right. So anyway, my daughter is talking about what classes she has which day, and Pius says something like, "Wow, I can't believe you keep them so busy. They're just kids." My husband is like, "Yeah, it's important to be well-rounded." Then later, my son is talking about how much he studied for a math test, and Pius goes, "It can't have been that important, though. You're 10. You should tell your parents to let you relax." Okay, bitch. At this point, I get a little pissed, so I'm like, we want them to build good habits so they can actually be successful in the future. When you have kids, if you want to raise them to fail, that's up to you. Get them.
Oh, yeah. With a right hook.
At this, she gets really pissed and leaves the room. I guess she thought I was implying that she was a failure, which was not my intention. My brother was pretty mad and thought I was being unnecessarily harsh and that I should have known how sensitive she is about the topic. My parents agreed, saying that I didn't need to take what she said so seriously. My husband disagrees and says that she doesn't have any place to tell us how to raise our children. You're goddamn right she doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you're sensitive about your job. Maybe pick a different job.
Yeah, if it's that big a deal, fucking switch.
And maybe this will stop her from constantly giving us her 2 cents on something she doesn't have any experience with.
That's right.
I don't like that. I don't like that when people who have no kids feel the need to tell you what they would do. If you don't have kids, shut up. Because you don't know.
Right.
Like, I understand you have an opinion, but maybe your opinion is not like the spot. Maybe you should tell your opinion to other people who don't have kids. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe just not say it to the kids. Because, like, that... If you want to say, hey... Well, you guys, that test probably wasn't that important, huh? Like, that's fucked up, because that's throwing everything that the parents are trying to do out the fucking window. So if you want to say, I mean, was the test that important? You know, to the parents, go ahead, because then they'll be like, yeah, and then give you a reason.
Yeah.
But you're trying to, like, do this fucking counterintelligence thing of, like, shitting on what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So.
As like, I didn't have problems in any of, my 12 years of school, but I never learned to study because I didn't have problems learning stuff.
Yeah.
And so now I'm terrible at studying. Like, if I don't know something, it's fucking, I'm like, well, I read it a couple times.
Yeah. Maybe it'll stick.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I feel bad for upsetting her because I never meant to insult her profession with my comment, but at the same time, I do kind of feel like she had it coming for her constant criticisms of our parenting. Edit 1. Since a lot of people are assuming that I was talking about not putting kids into extracurriculars when I said raising kids to fail, I wasn't. Since Paya was talking about my son studying for his test and how she thought it was unnecessary,
Yeah.
this is what I was talking about, as I believe it's important for kids to study. I do not think that kids who don't do extracurriculars are bound to fail, or that my kids will somehow be failures if they didn't do these activities. I just think that that is one good way to set them up for success, which I agree.
Yeah.
We're not done.
All right.
Edit number 2.
Let's go.
More context of some things I added in the comments. I have never, or some things that were said in the comments. I have never forced my kids to continue their extracurriculars. They do not know if they ever feel like they want to. I do not know if they ever want to. Fuck, bro. They know that if they ever feel like they don't want to do it anymore, they can stop.
Okay.
I'm having a stroke. I told them this many times, and they're tired of me asking if they want to quit when they don't.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to know the kid's schedule? Because that's what the next edit is.
No. I
Okay,
don't
cool.
really care.
Yeah. That's insane.
I don't think it matters. I don't think, because that's specifically not what she was even talking about.
Yeah. There's a 4th edit, but I don't. This chick is giving an
Way too much
insane amount
information.
of information to the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think she was an asshole for attacking that girl. She definitely started it. And if what they're saying for the backstory is that she does this constantly.
Yeah. She just got sick of it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to get sick of people saying annoying shit or doing annoying shit every now and then. You don't pop off every now and then. People are just going to fucking act however they want until you tell them that it's not okay. You know, if somebody's literally trying to say that you're doing something that you're pretty passionate about doing poorly, whether it be parenting or whatever, fucking tell them to fuck off. Like, and also, while you were reading that, I didn't realize that her saying, if you want, when you have kids, if you want them to be failures, that's on you. I didn't realize that that was the whole thing of being an asshole. I thought there was more coming, because I didn't think that was that bad. It fit right into what she was doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, well, you're a fucking cunt or something like that. Like, she just, gave one right back.
Yeah.
Fucking, I also was confused because I thought that she, in the main headline, was saying that this lady was criticizing her parents and not parenting. And
She
so
did say
I was
parents, so I mean, I think it's
like,
probably.
oh, okay. A typo. Because I was like waiting for her to say something rude to the future in-laws, and I was like, this lady is going way too far off the path here. We need to bring it back, reel it in.
Well, I'm judging from, I'm assuming from all the like edits that she put in here that the comment section is a bunch of people like also without kids, like crying.
What is?
Let's see what the number 1 comment is.
Yeah.
Number 1 comment. Holy mother of God.
It's a long one.
Dude, what is going on today? All right. You're the asshole, but please listen. This is the pendulum effect of parenting. You feel like your parents failed you in some way by doing an extreme, so you go the other extreme. You feel your parents neglected you in your extracurricular activities, so now you're controlling and overscheduling. It's about you and your feelings about your parenting, and that clouds you to reality. You will not know when your children are overscheduled and silently stressing, suffering to please you, because every time your brain will remind you of your trauma and push back. I don't feel like that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Good parenting is dealing with your own trauma so it doesn't control your children's lives and push them back to the other side of the pendulum again. Good parenting is dealing with your past and trauma so you don't need to force it onto your children. Huh.
I feel like this person's parent definitely pushed their own trauma down onto them, because what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, that the argument is not about them being overscheduled. It's about her being told how to parent her kid by a person who does not have kids and doesn't need to give their 2 cents about it.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. I don't have kids and I'm fucking understanding what's happening. I don't get it.
The reason you lashed out so hard at your sister-in-law is because a tiny part of you is crying out to try to help your kids and agrees you're being defensive and squashing it down. Some tiny voice saying, maybe she's right. Maybe we're overdoing it. And you need to destroy that part of you because you stop grinding your children into the dirt. You will panic. I don't agree with this
That's
person.
such a big leap. Like drawing so many conclusions about what the fuck. I mean, okay. Whatever. It's I think you're right. There's a lot of people in the comments that are just like, my mom explained me, so I get it. You know, fucking make me study.
Yeah, no, I disagree with the overwhelming consensus of the comments. I don't think that you're an asshole at all.
What was it rated?
Asshole, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, overwhelmingly. Yeah, like every comment is you're the asshole, you're the asshole.
That's crazy. Man, and I am not usually one who's like, I wish your fucking kids would be more busy. Like, I'm like, let them have fun. But it doesn't sound like she's limiting that. Like, she's trying to make sure that they have a good studying ethic with their tests. It's not like she's like, I fucking sit them down and make them study for 6 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. Just, I want them to study for their tests and do their homework. Seems pretty fucking simple. And that's from somebody who never did homework. So, you know, like,
yeah.
Fucking, I'm baffled and I'm confused.
Well, in this week's video that Levi will definitely put up, let us know in the comments what you think about this Am I the Asshole story. This one's a doozy.
Yeah. Parents, specifically. I don't need any more childless heathens telling us what. No. No. Yeah, just, I mean, I would prefer parenting, but parenting points from parents, but obviously anybody's allowed to comment. It's just, am I going to read them? That's the gamble you make. All right.
We'd like to thank our friends, the Dark Windows podcast, the Society of Cryptid Hunters, the Macabre Emporium. Damn it. The Remedial Scholar. And I think that's it.
You say the Real Creature feature?
The Real Creature feature. Damn it, dude. I got to write these down.
Yeah. All right. That's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.